Now, as far as the best place to stay when you're in Tirana, after being here a few weeks and walking, I guess, everywhere around the main areas of the city, there's this, okay, I'm gonna put it on a map here so you can see where I'm talking about. I particularly, if you're gonna do Airbnb, I stayed in, it's called the Lemon House, I believe. And that area, if you just look there, is probably what I would pick to be the best. And it is along this street. Now this street's only really busy during traffic times. Usually at night, it's just, you can walk across it without any problem. But during the day, there's a lot of traffic. You can still walk right across it though. But a lot of neat shops on every side. But it's just so centrally located to everything. And it's so safe feeling. Like, so whether you're a guy or a girl or, you know, whatever your threshold for safety is, it's kind of right there in the middle. I mean, it's not posh or anything. It feels like real Albania. It feels like real Tirana. But yet, it's just very comfortable. But yet, you still feel like you're in Tirana, and you also feel that you could also get to everything. I mean, it's right next to Bloku, which I'm sure you're going to want to visit. It's very close to Skanderberg Square, which I'm sure you're going to visit. But see, I'm now staying on the other side of Skanderberg Square, and it feels, let's just say, a lot more ghetto. I don't feel unsafe or anything there. It's just dirtier, and it just doesn't feel quite as nice. And that's fine. If you're going to be here long term, maybe you could save some money staying over on that side. It is quite a bit busier as well. A lot more traffic, a lot more honking of horns, a lot more people everywhere. The service there, I wouldn't say is nearly as good as here. People seem to be nicer on this area. It just, overall, it's just so great. And there's these little alleyways all around where you're gonna find your best deals on everything. Like if you needed to buy, say, a computer equipment or something, there's R&R Computers, which is down the street here. Which is kind of a little hole in the wall, but they have more than any other computer place I've been. And then if you go down the street to, say, like German Computers or somewhere else, it's gonna be quite a bit more expensive, if they have it at all. Now here's the alleyway that the Lemon House is down. In fact, you make a left down here. And of course you see clothes out here that are actually really inexpensive. But there's also an alley going right down this way. Go ahead. And there's several alleys that are going away from where you would be staying here, from that street. And you can see it goes all the way down, and it just continues with more clothing shops, and you can buy, you know, shoes and whatnot, and everything is going to be quite a bit less expensive than if you were to buy it on the street. The same thing goes for like fruits and vegetables, which is one street down. So all these little alleyways coming from in between, and hopefully I'll put up a graphic to kind of show you where this area is. And what you could do is you could just explore down the little alleys all around here, and you will find all kinds of fun things and some cheaper restaurants and whatnot. But everything feels very cleaner, safer, happier. You could probably spend a little bit more money and be in Bloku, but I still feel like then you're a distance away from a lot of the things that you would like to see, except for maybe the park. You're a little closer to there on the lakeside, but this isn't very far from that anyway. And then there's some really good shopping that's just straight down this street. It, you know, goes on for a little while. If you've been to Tirana, let me know. What do you think? Is there a better area than this that you can stay in? As far as what you get for everything, like ease of getting around the city, safety, cleanliness, friendliness. It just seems to be a win-win. Where am I? I'll put that in the down below here because I literally don't know the name of this. I often don't. I just kind of travel around and see what I see. But now that I've been here for a few weeks, I wanted to at least mention this street. In fact, if you want a really great walking tour of the city, I was thinking about doing one, but this one is so good. I'll put it right up here somewhere and in the description. It's just way better than, well, I just think it's so well done. There's no reason to redo it. Because this particular street is kind of like in the middle of everything. And also it feels very Albanian and very Tirana, but it also has some tourist aspect to it as well. So I guess it's kind of a nice mix. It'll feel very comfortable regardless of where you're from. But yeah, you'll get kind of a taste of what it's like here as well. And you don't have to worry about traffic and things like that, which obviously is probably the only thing about Tirana that I'm not the biggest fan of. It's not just the traffic, it's about the way people drive. And it's too congested, obviously. I'm from LA and lived in San Francisco, so I'm used to it, but hey, why travel so you can be part of that? But there's so many good things about Tirana that it certainly outweighs just traffic. This is actually, and hopefully I'll get a shot of this at night as well, Millennium Garden. I would say probably the best place to just hang out and have a coffee. I wouldn't say the service is the best ever. Prices are great, of course, because it's Albania and everything's cheap. And it's just really got a great ambiance at night, good people watching. It's kind of what people do here. You can see the couches in the back and whatnot. It goes all the way in the back. It has a really nice waterfall back there. And then as you can see, right next to it is a movie theater. You don't see a lot of movie theaters in Albania. I think there's only two, as far as I can tell. I think there's one in Saranda, and there's one here in Tirana. So let's see here. And then, so I went actually last night and saw Dune, which I did not want to miss because it's something I've been a big fan of for a long time. Which it was excellent. It was excellent. It's very different here. In fact, we'll walk up this way. It's very different here because when the movie is over, the lights come up and they usher you out because the next movie starts. There's only one movie theater. So you know, you do get some commercials, but you don't get a lot. Not compared to what you would get in at least the United States. Everything is a little faster paced, get her done. But I enjoyed it. It was really nice. And of course I love the movie. I watched the original. I owned the original extended cut. Anyway, enough about Dune. But here's the movie theater. As a matter of fact, I wanted to remember to do this today. Let's go check this out from above. There's also a restaurant up here that looks really nice. Here we go. This would be a restaurant overlooking the walking street here. And then this is obviously not meant for people to come up on. It's kind of got trash and things like that up here, but I saw it last night before the movie and I thought, hey, I'm gonna come up here and get a shot. It'll be better at night, but at least you'll get the idea. In fact, maybe you can come up here too. So it looks like they typically have 4 movies going on at the same time, but of course there's only one theater, so it'll be, each movie will be playing twice per day. Now, the Millennium Gardens is really nice, but not necessarily the nicest on the street. But of course, you're here in this walking street, which is fun. Some decent restaurants out here, and it gets pretty busy at night. And there's art here and different things to look at. But what you don't want to miss, you come along this castle area, and then you can go inside. Here, I'll show you the entrance here in a second. So I guess this is Tirana Castle. But then once you go inside this door here, so let's take a look.
outside.
So as you can see, it's pretty nice inside. In fact, what it reminds me of at night, not during the day so much, but you can see there's still a lot of people out. But during the night, it really kind of reminds me of being inside one of the larger Vegas hotels. You know, like Paris or something. It feels almost like there's a dome above you, and it's all very clean, very nice. It kind of gives you a calming feeling, especially after so much travel. And we know how difficult it can be to travel these days. So if you just want a place where you can kind of be in Tirana, but yet still feel very calm, then I would suggest coming here. And you're gonna get a taste of some of the really nice restaurants. Here's a Tartuffe shop. So if you love truffles like I do, and the prices are, for what you're used to spending if you're a Westerner, are going to be super low for what you get. So it's kind of like one of those win-wins where you're able to kind of see the decadence, but yet it's not going to break your bank. Let me know if you've come here and what you think of it. I think it's just a really great street to get your feet wet, kind of feel calm, and hopefully then plan the rest of your trip here in Tirana. Now, if you only had a week here in Albania, I was trying to think of like how I would spend that, because you know I like to travel for long periods of time, but I would almost say maybe 2 to 3 days in Tirana, and then 3 days in Vlora. Now, Saranda sounds great too, but I think you're getting a little far, and then you don't want to spend all your time traveling, right? And Vlora is absolutely gorgeous if you've seen my videos on that. So I think a good mix between the two, the hustle and bustle of the city, but yet so much to offer. And then you can go to Vlora and just relax, be on the beach, and enjoy the sea. I think that'll give you a good taste of Albania and whether you would want to stay longer or maybe come back. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about all this. All right, see ya.